Now next is the oxygen cycle. See this diagram. Oxygen from there, the content of proportion of oxygen is at 21% in the atmosphere. It is also present in the hydrosphere and lithosphere also. Circulation and recycling of oxygen within the biosphere, that is called oxygen cycle. This oxygen cycle, it includes biotic and abiotic components. Oxygen is continuously produced as well as up in the atmosphere. Oxygen is highly reactive and is readily reacts with other elements and compounds. As oxygen is found in various forms like molecular oxygen, O2, water, H2O, carbon dioxide, CO2, inorganic compounds, etc. So, the oxygen cycle of the biosphere is extremely complex. Oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis, whereas it is used up in the process like respiration, combustion, decomposition, corrosion, rusting, etc. So you can learn more about oxygen cycle through this video. Please watch it carefully. You understand about the oxygen cycle.
In an ecosystem, the interactions between and activities of producers, consumers, and decomposers will result in the release of many chemical substances such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, and water. In this session, let's look at the oxygen cycle and see how oxygen moves through the environment. The atmosphere comprises only 0.35% of the Earth's total oxygen. The major source of oxygen in the atmosphere is photosynthesis. During daylight hours, plants take in the carbon dioxide and use it for photosynthesis, a process that includes the production of oxygen. Phytoplankton are tiny little plants that live on the surface of oceans. Phytoplankton and green algae also makes food through photosynthesis, and they release oxygen in the process. The oxygen that is released by the plants will be used by the animals and plants during respiration. Burning of wood and other fuels, such as those used in vehicles, also uses oxygen. When plants and animals die, they will be decomposed by the microorganisms, such as bacteria. The process of decomposition will take up oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Let's recap how oxygen is cycled in the atmosphere. The trees use sunlight and carbon dioxide to produce energy and release oxygen. The animals will breathe in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. The trees use carbon dioxide again for photosynthesis and release oxygen. Summary: oxygen enters the atmosphere through the photosynthesis of plants. Animal and plants take in oxygen through respiration. Decaying organisms also use up oxygen.